My good people of Edo State, a while ago, I received my certificate of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, who officially declared me the winner of the September 21st, 2024 governorship election in Edo State. With a great sense of humility and gratitude to God, I accept the result of the governorship election as declared by INEC. The journey to a new Edo has started with this mandate of the good people of Edo State. I want to especially thank our supporters and party faithful who work day and night to take our message far and wide. I want to particularly thank our leader, our president, our father, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his unwavering support for true democracy. Sir, we appreciate you. I also want to thank the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, the President of the Senate, Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, and all my colleagues at the National Assembly for their constant encouragement and words of advice. My special appreciation goes to our National Chairman of APC, Alhaji Abdullahi Umar Dangote, and the progressive governors led by Dr. Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State. I will not forget the energy and determination of our leader, our own Comrade Senator Adams Oshomole, and other political leaders across the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State. I salute their commitment, dedication, and unity throughout the period of our campaign. My profound appreciation to our royal fathers for their constant words of wisdom, prayers, and guidance, especially the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Oba Eware II, who is also my father. I congratulate my fellow contestants for their sportsmanship throughout the electionary exercise. The people have spoken, and the ultimate winners are the people of Edo State. I hereby extend the hand of fellowship to you so we can all build a new Edo of our dream. With my partner and Deputy Governor-elect, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, we are committed to addressing the yearning for a new Edo State, full of equal opportunities and development for all. And so, we are ready to hit the ground running to fulfill all our campaign promises. Thank you all. A new Edo is rising. Long live APC, long live Edo State, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay. Yes, those State people and Nigerians, greetings to you all. Of course, we just listened to the governor-elect of Edo State, Senator Mode Okpebholo. He has received his certificate of return. We're going to look at some of the fallout of this election, and of course, look at where we are right now, and what is likely going to happen. Because as we speak, the PDP, Governor Obaseki, and of course the candidate Asue Iwodalo, they are laying claim to victory. And of course, the governor has revealed too that they've gone to the tribunal. Asue was on Channels television earlier today, and of course, he did lay claim to the fact that he won the election and that he was going to win at the tribunal. On the flip side, the signs of how the government of Mode Okpebholo would be is already showing some signs. We cannot say of a fact that's how it's going to be, but however, those State people are beginning to see the emergence of Agberos, popularly called the lions and the tigers. And of course, the activities have started in Benin and environs. It's a matter of concern. A lot of people are really concerned and all of that. So All of these issues, we shall be looking at them. Now, the hope that a lot of PDP supporters exude, believing that the table is going to be turned around to give the PDP the victory. And of course, the question mark of, did Asue Odalo of the PDP did he actually win this election? All of these things I want to be looking at them, very briefly. Don't go away, stay with me. It is a combination. My name is Lantik Momusa Oriahi. Just stay with me. Let's do this together. And if you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, TCS Blog, The Comedy Show. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's take this conversation from here. Stay with me.
This is The Comedy Show. We know that Asue Godalo won that election, and we have proved it. And we've gone to INEC with a petition to show that he won and to show that the fraud that was committed in the collation process. I knew about that fraud. That was why I went to INEC that night.
I knew about the fraud. That was why I went to INEC that night. Governor Godwin Obaseki. We know that Asue Odalo won this election. And we have all the evidence in the world to prove it. And we've gone to the tribunal to prove it. Asue Odalo on the other hand is saying that, yes, he won the election. And at the tribunal, he's going to win. And he will be declared governor of Edo State. Supporters of the PDP are equally of that same opinion. As a matter of fact, there are videos equally flying around, showing where result sheet from EC8, as they call it, was being altered. Meanwhile, this is equally making the round. Now, I cannot independently verify the authenticity of these, but from a lot of the PDP supporters, based on what their own collation was in their own situation room, they came up with this. And going by this, it clearly shows here that Asue Odalo won. Going by this. Now, according to them, based on this, if this is anything to go by, and if this is true, that I cannot independently verify, they tend to believe that Asue Odalo legitimately polled a total of 314,000 votes, which was reduced ultimately to 195,000 votes. Meanwhile, according to the same document, it shows, if it is true, that based on their own, what they call their own legitimate collation, that the APC candidate Modukbewolo polled 223,000 votes, but was later given 244,000 votes. Now, all of these are the issues. And the PDP, led by Governor Obaseki, said they are not going to rest on their ORs. They are going to ensure that they get to the very bottom of this particular matter. And that Asue, according to, in fact, there's someone I spoke to yesterday who told me that Asue would eventually become the winner of this election. Now, those state people are not versed with the way I want to itemize this matter. Okay? I just want to take our minds back a bit so that we don't forget. Just over 8 years ago, about that, there was an election between current Senator Oshomole and Osarimo Osumbo, for which INEC declared Osarimo Osumbo the winner of the election, and Osarimo Osumbo was governor of Edo State until the Supreme Court ruled that he cannot be governor and favored Adams Osumole. That was what brought Adams Osumole, to the scene as governor of Edo State, which eventually bettered Governor Obaseki's emergence. Osumole, in the first term, came through the courts. Now, is that scenario the same as we have it right now. That's one. I'm going to look at that, okay? If you want to call into this program, you are free to call in. This is the number displayed right here so that we can make it a bit conversational. Yes, that's the number displayed right there. And the number is equally, if you look at your screen, it's equally scrolling right there at the bottom. That's one scenario in the not too distant past. Now, have the scenarios changed altogether? Even if PDP is able to overwhelmingly prove that they won the election. Because there's still a question mark as to who actually won this election. Now, one thing I can tell that I observed, because I had observers on the ground, is that this election was rigged on more than two fronts. One very visible front was that there was vote buying by the APC. People came out to come and vote in this election. Getting to the field, they found out that instead of us having an election in many places, it was a marketplace for selling, votes. And a lot of those people, did catch in on that to sell. And the buyers were available. And who were these buyers? Based on the report that we have independently, APC majorly were the buyers, PDP majorly were also the buyers. Probably Labour Party would equally have bought, or their buying was not noticeable, or whatever may have happened, but Labour Party was not pronounced. But many people believe that if Labour Party had the means, the muzzle, they probably would have done what the other political parties did. No. So as a matter of fact, to that extent, everybody was involved in the matter. Both those buying and those selling, now the same rope now enter everybody. Okay? That's one. Now, if the election was to be determined, please, I will open the lines for us to start calling in. Just give me just 20 minutes to just, what's it called? Establish some points here. If the election was to be determined by the strength of how many votes was bought, because today as we speak, our electoral system is not normal. What is normal right now is fraud. What is normal right now is malpractice. That is what is normal in our elections right now, which means that somebody is declared a winner not because this person has legitimately won or has won through the genuine will of the people, but because this person has used extraordinary means, to win. And so therefore, the person is called a winner, irrespective of how, the process was manipulated to make the person emerge. That is what is now normal. So if this election was to be determined by the strength of who is able to buy the most votes and accumulate the most votes, as it were, probably people could still say, okay, the election was free, maybe not fair, maybe not credible. Because at the end of the day, the people actually, cast their ballots, except that they were induced to cast their ballots. You understand what I'm saying now? However, in this case, this election was not just based on how many persons were induced. Of course, materials have surfaced, allegations have been made that beyond that one level of inducement, other political party agents were equally bought over to compromise at the level of collation center. This election, there's a ward collation center, there's a local government collation center before they take it to the state collation center for announcements. Now, the PDP right now is now trying to puncture the bubble of APC by saying that much of what happened that tipped the balance happened at the ward collation centers and at the local government collation center, where results were changed. And that is evident in this document that I've just shown, if it is anything to go by, though I cannot independently verify this document or the source of this document. But this is what is being paraded by a lot of PDP, supporters and stalwarts. I give an example, for instance, if you are watching this very closely, in a local government, the PDP believed, for instance, they scored 27,621 votes, but they were apportioned 14,658 votes. Meanwhile, according to them, the APC legitimately scored 10,202 votes, but APC was apportioned 16,760 votes. This according to, what PDP is parading as part of, I believe, part of what they are taking to the tribunal to fight their case. Now, this election, in fact, not just me talking, international observers or national observers that came, is it Young Africa or whatever, they've all spoken on national television to say that this election was fraught with irregularities, citing all of these instances as well. Which means that in this case, INEC is alleged to have colluded with the ruling party and the police and the security apparatus of Nigerian states to get this done. Of course, the other chapter I don't want to dwell on is that it is not the first time we are seeing a thing like this. Obaseki himself, the governor of Edo State, has enjoyed this. Now, does that make it right? No, it doesn't. The bitter pill that the Governor Obaseki is dealing with right now is what he himself has meted out on the people of Edo State when he organized local government elections and the state assembly elections. But none of these make this one right. Which is why we will always try to take a position to say what is wrong is wrong. The act of vote buying, coercing the people, is wrong. It's wrong. And both PDP and APC, are guilty of that. Evidently, I can speak authoritatively on this. Now, the act of changing the result, the outcome, at the World Collation Center and at the local government collation center, PDP did not have their say at that level. That was a level that was, wholly and exclusive, to APC. And that is what is believed by many tipped the balance in favor of the APC. Now that the PDP has said they are going to court, they've gone to the tribunal now to make their case. Apparently, we are looking at a long stretch of a legal battle. Now, the question now will not be, will anything good come out of Bethlehem? Or is it Bethlehem or Jerusalem? Will anything good come out? Because the recent history suggests that there's a problem in this matter. Now, while PDP has gone to court, I am quickly reminded that last year, the current president of Nigeria, whom many believe is the ogata of them all when it comes to election manipulation, election rigging, and all of that, he's now sat as the president of Nigeria. And he's not unaware of what has happened in those states, I'm sure. The president put out a statement immediately. Okpebholo was declared the winner of the election, and the president said that Okpebholo's victory is a testimony or a testament to the acceptance of his own policies and programs for the Nigerian people in Edo State, and that it is the acceptance of his government and the support for his own hardship that is meting on Nigerians that made Edo State people vote for Okpebholo, which means that Okpebholo's victory is a clear indication that he is victorious. Let us take a listen to the president in 2023 and the promise he made to Edo State people. Now, all of these things, what role will they play in determining whether Asue Udalo will be declared the governor of Edo State by a Nigerian court of competent jurisdiction? Let's take a listen first to Mr. President when he spoke to his supporters when he came to campaign in Edo State. Let's take a listen.
You know me well. Yeah. You know I must share money well. We are still going to fight further. Don't worry, we are with you. You will not walk alone. One thing I can show you is this. Do you want to go back? Yeah! As the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give the door back to you. And then we turn to a beautiful show you is this. Do you want to go back? Yeah! As the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give the door back to you. And then, you know I must share money well. We are still going to fight further. Don't worry, we are with you. You will not walk alone. One thing I can show you is this. Do you want to go back? Yeah! As the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give the door back to you. And then we turn to a beautiful, if not more beautiful than
Yes, sorry, but that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu promising to give a door back to the APC when he becomes president. At this time, he was campaigning to become president. And of course, many people can attest to what happened in 2020 presidential election. Now, many will not say that he has given a door back to the APC based on all that we're talking about right now. Because again, his own election may not be a far cry from what we saw in Edo State, except that in Edo State, the electoral process, just, took a nosedive into deeper corruption, into deeper, political abyss, if you may, and all of that. And oftentimes you hear them say, go to court. Now, the strength upon which they say go to court, I will explain that. With a combo, you understand the picture of what I'm saying? Because I'm going to look at the fallout of, what's his name, the victory of Monday Ubewolo, as it were, and all of that. Now, the man said, do you want to go back? He made that promise. And from what we have seen, and his own statement thereafter, when he said that Ubewolo's victory, is a testimony to the fact that his own governance is accepted by those state people. Mr. President, point blank straight to you, straight up. Okay? That statement, I like to say, is a big lie. Ubewolo's victory by the average Edo State man, even those celebrating, know that this is an election that was flawed, hugely flawed. Whether Ubewolo won or he didn't win, okay, it's a matter that is still going to be argued on a legitimate ground. But the outcome of this election was a flawed one. You understand what I'm saying now? And many believe, even independent people who don't support either of these parties, believe that this victory was given to Monday Ubewolo. However, those of us who did not support neither of the two of them may also have a case to argue, to say, based on the hardship in the land, based on the difficulty that people are confronting and every other thing, if there had been no coercion by money, if there had been no, what's it called, inducement, with money power that you people brought onto the field and every other thing, very likely that Labour Party may have had a say, and indeed other political parties. But because those ones came now, distant, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, okay, they appear not to have a say in this matter. It is not a matter between the APC and the PDP. And people are not talking about the lesser devil among the two devils that actually, were on the field. That is where the matter now rests. So, Mr. President, this election clearly, by observers and everybody, was an election stolen. So, telling those people or Nigerians to say it's a testament to how people approve your government has no approval rating. Nobody likes your government. What you have brought is hardship, hardship, hardship. And the resultant effect and consequence of hardship that you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have brought is death. That is the highest. Because people are dying as a result of the hardship occasioned by your own government. While you are feeding fat, the people are dying. People are committing suicide every day in Nigeria. And we're going to talk about your government, as time goes on. Now, and those people, this is what it is at the moment. Now, Asue has gone to court. Obaseki, the PDP, they've gone to court. Some people need to seem to speak with some enthusiasm, believing that when this case gets to court, Asue will be declared governor of Edo State. Now, I beg to differ a bit. I beg to differ. Even though it is very clear, according to sources and according to some information coming out, that there are some result sheets uploaded on the IRF portal that actually do not tally with what was collated as part of the evidence PDP is taking, over to court. Let me bust your bubble a bit. And just to give you guys some recollection, in 2023, many people believe that Peter Obi overwhelmingly won the presidential election. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was named the president of Nigeria. Results came and everything. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Obi went to court, had some proof, evidently. And there was hope by the obedient that at least the Supreme Court was going to turn this case around and call out what they expected, that Obi is the president-elect of Nigeria, or Obi is the elected president of Nigeria. Now, let me tell you something that struck me very strongly by the judgment of the Supreme Court. When Obi and his own lawyers made all the case in the world about IREV, what was on IREV, blah, 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 pictures of goats, of non-living things were uploaded on that IREV portal. And there was a part of the judgment that read, that said that there is no part of the Electoral Act that said the IREV portal is the final arbiter of this matter. And that INEC has the sole right to determine how to conduct elections, and they have the sole right to determine who the winner of the election is. And so, whatever is on IREV, is not enough exhibit to tip any judgment in favor of Peter Obi. By implication, what the Supreme Court told us was that if INEC says they are going to count goats and declare the result from the goats counted, to say the goats are more in number than, that is it. It is final. The Supreme Court made us understand that INEC has the final say. That INEC can decide not to upload result via beavers to the IREV. INEC can decide to just head count. Because when INEC claimed that there was glitch, that was why they could not upload the presidential result via beavers. And they now had to resort to other means to determine who the president of Nigeria would be. The Supreme Court gave them a backing that INEC has the sole right to determine how they conduct election, and that there's no electoral act that says that the IREV portal is the final reference point that supersedes every other thing. Now, if you transpose that and you push that, you can't carry out this Edo State matter. INEC has declared Modukbewolo the governor-elect of Edo State. They have gone ahead to issue him. INEC will go to court to go and defend every result they declared. And INEC will insist to say they have the sole power to call results of elections of this magnitude to determine who the winner is, and they have done so. Under the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's difficult for me to see any of these judges do something different. Particularly again, when the president has gone to take glory to say that now because of your own approval rating, now I make Ukpewolo win, which means that Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the acclaimed chief of corruption in Nigeria, okay, will definitely be interested in the matter. For him, this is victory already. I maybe I take this call. I probably have a certain calls. Hello.
Hello.
I agree to. Good evening. I'm on live broadcast. Do you want to contribute?
Of course, yes.
Please go ahead. You have 1 minute. Where are you calling from?
I come from Italy. My name is Lucky.
Lucky, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. God bless you. I just get a little word to give my people. Anything when you stay for person, as you when you see that thing, your conscience must only they judge you. Because why? Because people when you collect that info, they not give you with free arts. For that reason, the person can ever use that thing well to favor people. It cannot possible. Why I tell you this thing? So this mandate, when APC takes so, with an alliance, with vaccination, with everything, all this way they collect the mandate for. People say go there, go vote that vote. They are not happy with all those with the APC people. And they are not happy. Believe me, I tell you this thing for today. For that reason, nothing good will ever come out for APC for that state. Take it or leave it. Right today, they down.
Thank you very much. I go right on that. Thank you. You've made your points, sir. God bless you, sir. Thanks for calling. Okay. Yes. Of course, everybody gets opinion. Every opinion is valid. Now, I'm just expressing why I'm having doubts about, the possibility of this matter flipping. Now, looking at what I've been analyzing, okay, we get evidence, we get, for what they'll say, precedents. It don't already there. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? And all of that. Now, this on top of the fact that the PDP is going to come with all of these things, all the evidence they put together to say that we actually won this election and all of that. And of course, the court, let me take another caller. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, I've lost that caller there. So, like I was saying, it is only in a sane environment where institutions are not colluding, okay? Because if Nigeria was a sane environment, I am almost very sure that Tinubu, Bola Ahmed will not be sat there today as president of Nigeria. I think that this nation did harm to herself by promoting injustice that, make Tinubu become president of Nigeria. And it is the same illness that plagued this country that brought about the emergence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is the same illness, the same, epidemic that has now plagued Edo State that has led to the emergence of the current governor-elect. Like I said earlier, I've already established that the abnormal is what we have normalized in Edo State. What is not known to the founders of democracy is what has become democratic in Edo State. So long as INEC mentions and say this one is returned elected, that is almost final, particularly under someone like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who will not allow the judges, to do their business freely, who will always interfere. Now, this is where I have my doubts in this matter. I have been a very strong advocate of the APC candidates. It remains to be seen if he's governor of Edo State, if he's going to prove us wrong. I have been a strong advocate of his dissents. We're seeing all over, written everywhere. I was also a strong advocate of the of not electing Asue Godalo, because I believe that there's so much, under the sleeves of these guys that is not acceptable. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Hello, is this Comrade Show?
This is Comrade Show. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
My name is Joy. I'm calling from UK.
Joy, please talk to us for 1 minute, please.
Okay. I'm watching you from your broadcast. You're on live now, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. We are listening to you, ma'am.
Okay. I'm listening to you. You are right about what you are saying about the court. But I know they are not going to get any justice from there. For me, in my opinion, I would just prefer they will just leave the matter like that. So it's there, nothing is going to come out of the court.
Thank you very much. The point is well made. Thank you so very much. We take that on board. So I'm expressing my opinion. Now I mean I may be wrong about this. Okay, they believe massive. Now what we see they make now they make example. Now I was on the point just now. I never supported Akpakomiza. Neither did I support Asue. Okay, I actually supported the Labour Party candidate. Now he's doing a point of discourse right now. Now, the fact that the election has gone the way it did doesn't also mean that I should not be truthful to myself. And I've already established that the first level of corruption in this election was vote buying. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
good evening, Comrade Show.
I agree with you, sir.
My name is Bama Wo. I'm calling from Bilbao, Spain.
Go ahead, Bama. We have a minute, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
I should wait.
No, I said you have a minute. Speak to us.
Okay. Yeah, in short, what you have just said during your presentation, I think it's not far from the truth, because Jagaban being the president, is going to use all mechanisms to make sure that they retain that the result they declared for Pueblo. But there's no harm in trial. But let PDP still go to court. But me personally, I'm afraid if they will give it to the rightful owner, because it was obvious that they rigged that election. Absolutely. That is my take.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. That was very concise and very straight to the point. Thank you. It's exactly the same point I'm making. Now, the fact that I did not support neither of these two candidates doesn't mean that we should not speak the truth. Now, I am not here to say that PDP won the election. They are to prove that. You understand? But what I'm here to say that I am convinced about, that I know because I had people on the ground, was that a lot of the results were uttered at the collation centers. And the PDP now claim that those alterations were against the PDP. You understand the bit of what I'm saying? I can attest to these. Hello. Good evening, sir. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from Manchester. My name is Young.
Go ahead, Mr. Young. Talk to us 1 minute, sir.
Yeah. The issue is at hand is very clear. You said the right thing, but saying that PDP shouldn't go to court, I don't think that.
No, I have not said so, sir. I'm only just expressing my fears and my what I think may be the outcome. I've not said so. I think they should go to court.
Okay. Sorry for that. But the issue at hand is the problem is not just for Edo, it's for the whole country. Because these people, they have come to stay, and we cannot get credible election in Nigeria as far as Tinubu is in the helm of affairs.
Yes.
So it's something the opposition parties need to talk about. They should forget about talking about 27 election, because they cannot win. They have to talk about how to rectify the electoral process. If not, these people, they have come, they are going to steal everything.
Yes.
They will not give opposition any room.
Thank you very much.
So that's my take. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. So, like just to quickly correct impression, I have not said that PDP should not go to court. I also think that Labour Party should put their books together and go to court as well. You understand? So everybody should go to court. It's their right to do so. I'm only just saying that based on the history we've had, particularly in recent time, under this man called Ahmed Tinubu, I told somebody a couple of days ago, I said, from the way things are going, in no distant time, the entire Nigeria is going to become a one-party state. Maybe it's going to be better. Let everybody just be APC, so that we don't know that what is going to become competitive will become the primaries. So let people go and die. As soon as you win the primary election, you already occupy position, as the case is. Because at the end of the day, these guys are just taking a step further. If vote buying alone was the matter, people reasonably would say, okay, people voted for their conscience. The reason is because if I collected money and I vote for somebody, you understand what I'm saying? Even though I was induced, it was still my choice to vote for the person, isn't it? And all of that. So, but it didn't end there. And that's what I was trying to establish. This rigging went beyond there. You understand? Now, it is hard for me to be sympathetic. Let's take this man calling. Hello.
Hello, brother.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
I greet you. What's your name and where are you calling from? Sharp.
Yeah, my name is Vincent, calling from Italy. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Vincent. 1 minute.
Thank you very much. You see, let's start from 2016.
Yes.
The election of 2000, I was fully aware of it. Obaseki did not win that election.
Okay.
That election was won by Zeyam.
Okay.
But is that the reason why he did not perform his duty as a governor? But this one now, I'm one of the most happiest person on earth. Any other APC wishes to win, it's not my business. The most important thing, Obaseki and his cronies, get to that government house. And I take my word for this. Asue still have a case that is not yet getting to Supreme.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. Yes, I'm coming to that.
Okay. Qualification. I bet you before they thought they're going to disqualify him.
Yeah.
You heard me?
Yeah.
Yeah, before you're even thinking of going to court, they're going to wake up that case at the Supreme Court. They will disqualify a candidacy in PDP. And we see the local standing that we used to contest that ringy or not ringy. They never see anything.
Okay, thank you very much. It's obvious. We know where this man, the camp, is calling from. I probably do not share his sentiment. The reason is because those two people, please, I know a lot of you are watching us right now. Some may watch later. For me, I've established over and again that Obaseki did not help our democracy. I know that Nigeria is backward democratically. But if Obaseki had given those state people say in their local government election, if he had done so in the House of Assembly election, Obaseki would have been standing right now as a tall man. Because those state people would have had enough reasons to stand to protect their own election. Let's take his caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Wadia. My name is Samson Wadia. I'm calling you from the United States.
Okay, but go ahead, sir. Talk to us 1 minute, sir.
Sir, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Epa, leave what you are listening to. Just talk to us on the phone.
me the talk just now. Make I cut. Make I cut.
If you are calling, just talk to us. Leave your gadget aside. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, sorry. The line is just.
Just leave the gadget and talk to us. Just talk to me as you are listening to me. Don't listen to the thing you are listening to over there. Just talk straight. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Sorry about that. I would have loved to speak in my dialect, but I want to speak particular. This election is no big deal to me. It's not important to me. I saw.
Okay, that call was interrupted. Another call just came in to take over. I didn't hear where. Hello.
Hello, the Combo Show.
I greet you. What's your name and where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Brian. I'm calling from Canada.
Go ahead, sir. 1 minute, sir. Emanebo will call.
Okay, so I want to contribute to the topic of the day.
Go ahead, sir.
What happened on Saturday was a shamble.
Yes.
It was a calculated attempt to ridicule the people of Edo State.
Yes.
It's not the first time it's happening, but I believe that this is going to, make like a more renaissance for elections, for the platform of elections to be, to go by every time,
Yeah.
So that's what I just want to say. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Nice contribution. So Edo State people, like I was saying, we are suffering from a long chain. Now, what these guys have done, the APC have already established that, what they did with this election is to establish very firmly and to dare Nigerians to say, what can you do? We can do and undo. That is what they have done. You understand the picture from I'm saying now? Now, this that they have done is being accepted by some. We are celebrating. Somebody just called now and is expressing joy and happiness. Honestly, take it from me, Obaseki, as far as I'm concerned, did a lot of wrong. Particularly not unlike that. I mean, local government election here, even the House of Assembly election. But not allow the people to exercise their democratic will in the election that was under his own view. That's why but shall we continue in seeing that grace may abound? Because what APC have done right now in this election is something that, in fact, where this is an evil created by people in politics. Hello. Just talk to us. Don't listen to that gadget, please. Just talk to us, please. Anyways, so like I was saying, so the fact that Obaseki organized a very poor local government elections where he was very selfish, organized poor House of Assembly elections, and somebody just said just now, even the election that brought him on the first time, where that one can be contested and every other thing, and this one that we came to see. Obaseki time is gone. Okay, we will not have Obaseki again as governor of Edo State, but we have our own Edo State and Nigeria with us. So what we have seen in this election is an EG that we have all planted and that many of us are supporting right now. And this EG, it's an EG that we probably knock on anybody's door tomorrow, even when Obaseki is not there. Now, this is the danger of this. Now, for many, yes, good readers to Obaseki, good readers to Asue Igodalo, for many. But the truth of the matter is that it's Obaseki's turn right now. Who knows who's going to be the candidate of the PDP in the next election? Who's going to be the candidate of Labour Party in the next election? Now, what we have seen just now, if we applaud this injustice, there's going to be a carryover of this injustice that will affect somebody else close to you who is probably celebrating today. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Lungo.
Go ahead. We can hear you 1 minute. Just go ahead, man.
I'm calling from the UK.
I was so much interested in this election.
Yes.
And it's such a shame that it has to get to this stage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was so disappointed that even the people that went to vote, the way the hardship is in that state, they collected money to vote their conscience. And I know how many calls I get from that place. Pay school fees, pay this, pay that. And it's time for you to change things. You went there to collect 10,000, 20,000 to vote against your conscience. It is very sad. I can't even believe the people of Edo State will even do that.
Yeah, they did.
It's so sad. And coming to the election and the people that participated anyway, it's a divided house. Edo State is a divided house.
It is.
Yeah, because I know people supporting Obaseki at the moment from the diaspora are personal. It's not what Obaseki has done.
Yeah.
I supported Obaseki before, but rightly because we supported him because they wanted to rig him out, and the way he participated in that local government election and in House of Assembly election, I was so disappointed.
It was disappointing. It was hurtful, honestly. Yeah.
It was faulty. The way he entered, we expected him to take Edo State to the high that they would say, "Oh, Edo State election is going to be what other state will say." Let us, look at what Edo State did.
Yeah.
But it was all a shambles.
It is.
He did all he wanted to do. The people that he wanted to put there. I'm not happy what has happened to him. Even what has happened now. And the APC, they all bought votes.
Yeah.
So he's the highest bidder.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That got their way.
Oh yeah.
So that's why, it's indifferent. It's not right. But many people are so indifferent to the situation. They are not sympathetic with Asue because the whole thing is not right what they've done, but the whole thing to me, right from the top to the bottom, is all wrong.
Yes, I agree.
It's all wrong. So we need to really go to the root of the problem, and we really unite as an Edo State person to speak on one point. And they've seen that, and that's why APC can come in. That's why Tinubu can come in, because they see the division in Edo State.
It's there already.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, madam. You made my day. I think this call was very, it caught a lot of covered a lot of what I wanted to say. But like I was saying, the fact that this happened, though I'm angry. Like this caller referenced local government elections and the House of Assembly election by Obaseki, and but the future of Edo State now and Nigeria is hanging in the balance because of this election. Because what we saw in this election, honestly, is a template for subsequent elections. And it's worrisome. The meaning of this is that APC is in power at the federal level, they will be in power at the state level, and subsequently, we can never have any other political party or anybody compete. And if there's no competition, there can't be governance. Like, I won't take any call at the moment, please. If there's no competition, there cannot be governance. This is where it's so worrisome. This is where we cannot say, "Oh, we don't like Obaseki. Oh, we're not going to speak the truth." The truth is that this election was rigged so badly in favor of Okpebholo. Now, the sad part is that even the Obaseki and his team that appear to want to go to court now, they are going to court now to challenge the outcome of the election. They also rigged. I had somebody on the ground that PDP paid money to vote for PDP. As a matter of fact, it got to a point from my observers. I covered it here live. Somebody went to the polling unit and recorded himself printing for PDP to go and collect 10,000 naira. So PDP rigged with APC. They were both sharing money for the voters. The only place APC now rigged PDP at was that APC now went to the collation centers to go and start changing figures on the form EC8, they call it as it were. That was what tipped the balance. If it was just based on buying votes on the field alone and every other thing, probably Asue Udalo would have been declared the governor of Edo State, collecting more votes. But I also do argue that if this election was about no vote buying, people just come out and vote conscientiously, Labour Party Akpata would have had a say in this election. A lot of people actually came out to vote on Labour Party, but when they got to the field and saw that it was a marketplace for selling votes, they started negotiating to get their own cut out of the matter. Go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from? Sorry, I heard you up a bit.
Yes, my name is Solomon. I'm calling from the UK.
Go ahead, Mr. Solomon. 1 minute.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to call in. Yes, it's just my concern is because as far as I'm concerned, Obaseki and his cohorts are gone. There's no, when you have the man at the helm of affairs, just like you said, and if you follow the precedents of the 2023 elections, whatever is on IREV actually is meaningless to law.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's a call to professionals. They do professionals abroad or wherever they are. You see, there is a notion now that it will be difficult for a professional to get into politics in Edo State. I think it's not a good. It's actually wrong because I think Obaseki, he had some good policies, but he had very bad political advisors that actually did not give him good advice. I think some of us have something to learn.
Or is it that he had good advisors, but he did not take advice?
Yeah, his leadership, the buck stopped at his desk.
Yeah.
The buck will stop at his table. I think he surrounded himself with the wrong people. So because Obaseki and Asue, they're not the most intelligent Edo people in the world.
No, not at
all.
We have
Edo people all around the world doing big things. Yeah, so let's not be discouraged because of the politics and the drama that we have seen. We will still go to Edo. We'll go and build our state. We have all of us are from Edo. The state belongs to us. The state will outlive us. But above all, I think every technocrat that wants to go into politics needs to learn how to get the politics right. It's not enough to have good policies, but you must get your politics right. What changed between Togba and now? This was a man that everybody embraced. Look at Obaseki now, struggling. You have fought everybody. You fought everybody that helped you. You fought. You are at loggerheads with the palace. You are fighting everybody. Who on earth fights the Oba of Benin's palace? There's a street in Benin. I know I grew up in Benin. I stayed in Benin for about 30 years. Even though I'm not Benin tribe, I go back see me.
Yeah.
Nobody fights the Oba. Who in the world? Well, that's political suicide. How can you fight everybody? You fought the APC. You went to PDP. You fought. The man spent 8 years or how long fighting? And does it mean that everybody is bad? You are the only one that is good. So leadership is about being able to manage everybody, both the lions and the tigers, both the politicians, both the people, and be able to manage everybody. That's what leadership is about. So I think success without a successor is failure. If you succeed and you cannot bring a successor, it means you have failed. So no matter the policies you have brought, well, I'm sure the next government is going to start probing, and we will see a lot of things that have gone on
under the waters. Yeah.
But I think for I don't want to take too much time, and I know I've taken some of your time. Technocrats, let's not run away from home. Let's not because of this say we're not going home. Edo State belongs to us. We need to go home and build it. And for those that have not been going home, you can see it's important to reach out to your people there. Have a presence. Like Asue now, for instance, there was this talk about him not even being on ground. So begin to go home. Begin to if you can't speak the language, learn the language. There are so many things that for us to learn because we are the younger ones.
Anyway, bro, I may have to interject here now. Thank you so very much. But you've made some very useful contributions. I'm sure that let's talk some other time. I'm sure we can bring you on this program and have another chat some other time. Thank you so much for calling. So I thought the guy made some very useful points there. Like we're already firmly established. I'm not clapping for the APC at all. And I'll tell you why I'm not clapping. And I think that if Modukbewolo needs to prove us wrong, he needs to start dealing with situations right now. This is one of the reasons why I'm not happy at all. I'm not smiling at all. Let's take a listen to it.
Una know me. Una know me. Agbaru money stop. Global welfare stop. National union stop. Government money pay. Good boy. Congratulations. For government, how much? Totally. Collect your government money. I will not stop government money, but we will come and speak over the government money because that money is too big.
Okay, those people. Oh my God. Now, this man you are listening to here now, you are watching here right now, he introduced himself at some point, said his name is Shaba. I don't know him, but this video was sent to me, and I was told that he's one of the very, very well, highly acclaimed Agberos that they've been in the trenches since Obaseki came on board. And as soon as Modukbewolo was announced the governor-elect of Edo State, himself, and of course, I could see a team of young men, boys, numbering their tens to 20, 30, 40, 50, maybe, or even more, they trooped out. And it's been alleged that at various parks and marketplaces in Edo State right now, Agberos, lions and tigers are beginning to take over. They're beginning to even, threaten government registered revenue collectors and all of that. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? That they are taking over, celebrating, that they are taking over, from here, blah, 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 blah. Let it be known, first and foremost, that Modukbewolo has not been sworn in. It's going to be sworn in. Sworn in is going to be on November the 12th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Whether we like it or not, Obaseki is still in charge, and all of that. But optics like this, okay, they are very disturbing. That is the truth of the matter. And it was one of the arguments that people made, that many of us made, to say Modukbewolo is not the right person. Because optics like these are optics that actually accompany Senator Oshomole. Oshomole is the man who betted very strongly this kind of matters. You understand the picture I'm saying now? And so people are scared that if Oshomole becomes, if Monday becomes the governor of Edo State, that we are never going to, fall short of things like this. It's going to be the order of the day. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Ujuwan of Germany.
Ujuwan of Germany. Go ahead. 1 minute, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Comresho. Please, I want to quickly contribute. When you were saying that the election that if were free and fair, that Labour Party could have won. You don't really know what played during presidential election in Edo State. PDP divided itself. Half of PDP voted for Labour Party because they wanted Peter Obi to win that election. That is what played in Edo State. That is why Labour Party claimed victory in Edo State.
Yes.
Okay? That is what played. Half of PDP in Edo State, you will even hear it in the mouth of deputy say that Obaseki voted for Labour.
Yes.
That is what played. Even when I was saying that this man, what is it called? The man you supported, Akpata is not in the race, but they said they will win. That look at what happened. I say half of PDP voted for Labour. That is what happened in that president because they never wanted Tinubu.
So okay, just round up because of time. What's your point now?
Okay. So my point now is that no matter what the victory will be, so Tinubu is there, but it's not. Forget that there's nothing God cannot do. You understand? So we will not leave our state for the lions and the tigers. You understand? So we have to sanitize. As Obaseki has started the foundation, so they have to finish it. They say Rome was not built in a day.
Yes.
So that is it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So for this scholar, he believes that God is going to, give the result back to, give the victory to Asue Iwodalo. Of course, that remains to be seen. God keeping us all alive, we will see the matter. Now, so like I was saying, people were scared. And right now, that scare is rearing its head. As a matter of fact, I saw a government the document from the Commissioner of Information speaking to this matter, and of course, reminding people that Obaseki is still the governor of Edo State and that it is wrong for Agberos to start, activities in Edo State as far as this matter is Edo State is concerned at the moment, and all of that. So I think, I mean, in making a very direct statement to Monday Okpebholo, governor-elect of Edo State, I want to speak directly to you. I have a broadcast I'm going to do that I would like to speak to you directly. I'm going to do that at some point. But, sir, in the immediate, I'd like to advise, okay, that you need to prove majority of Edo State people wrong. People that were skeptical, people who believed that you, as governor of Edo State, will drag Edo State back to Egypt, particularly looking at the optics of the Agberoism that we already started seeing. So I think it's incumbent on you right now, as a sign of seriousness, to issue a statement to ask all Agberos right now that are parading themselves under your auspices, believing that you are going to be the next governor of Edo State and they have the right to do and undo. Issue a statement to say your government will not encourage Agberoism. Probably there and then, Edo State people, like someone like myself, may begin to start taking you seriously. Because whether we like it or not, whatever process that may have thrown you up, that may have made you the governor of Edo State, when you become the governor of Edo State and you are sworn in as governor of Edo State, you will be the governor of those who voted for you and those who did not vote for you. You will be the governor of those who rigged in your favor and those who did not rig in your favor. You will be the governor of those who supported you with everything they've got and those who were very vocal, against you. That is who you are. So long as they are Edo State people. And some of us here, I was very critical. I still am, okay? But everything about that we have done has been mostly in the interest of Edo State. And if I find you a right man who is righteous and right with purpose to really, really situate Edo State better, personally, I do not want to see the emergence of Agberoism in Edo State ever again. If you show that seriousness, some of us will take a cosmic look at you and your governance within the first 90 days to 100 days. And if the language you speak and the things you execute, they are in the right path as far as Edo State is concerned, you are going to find in some of us your biggest supporter before the end of your tenure. You owe Edo State people this, except, of course, you actually came to do the bidding of your godfathers. Like you said, when you were giving your address to thank people, you never thanked the electorate. You didn't thank the people who voted for you. You thanked your forefather, your godfather in Asue Rock. You thank Oshomole. You thank your deputy. You didn't thank the people of Edo State. Of course, you thank the Oba of Benin. But I didn't hear you really speak to the electorate. You understand what I'm saying now? Apparently, that again showed to me that you believe very strongly that the people did not elect you. The election came through the way it came. Possibly. Or maybe it was just an omission. However, now that fate, destiny, if you may, have thrust this on you, you probably have a duty to do the right thing. Govern in an exemplary way and prove us all wrong. So that we all come back, okay, and say, oh, we're wrong about this man. I like to want to come back to say, I was wrong about you, so that we can, rally ourselves around to say, yes, thank God you emerged, whichever way, it had happened. That said, sir, if you become the governor and the court situates you and say, yes, uphold your election or your selection or your pronouncement as a governor of Edo State, sir, this one is live on air. You will have local government elections to organize and House of Assembly elections to organize. Please borrow a leaf from late President Yaradua, who said the election that brought me on as president was irregular, was fraught with irregularities. I am going to ensure that I correct future elections. So if you make it a mandate to ensure that future elections under your purview, local government and House of Assembly elections, that they come out and reflect the will of the people, sir, you will forever win the heart of many of us. That's my humble message. But for now, in the immediate, we need a statement, a very strong statement against Agberoism, because it is rearing its head. And you don't even know how tomorrow will be. They never even swear you in. I think you need to speak about this particular matter. So Edo State people and Nigerians, like I said, and I've been establishing, you know, that there is a monumental problem that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is midwifing. I am not hopeful that anything is going to come out of the court when Obaseki goes to court. Obaseki says he's going to go to court. I'm not hopeful. Asue is very confident that the tribunal will. He was on channels earlier today, and I'm not hopeful. I'm only just expressing that because of the recent history that we've got. Now, to the supporters of PDP and Asue, we're just discussing politics now, and I'm dispassionate. So right now, my candidate, Akpata, is not even contending. This now is not between Ulu and, I mean, it's not between, what's his name, Asue and Akpakomiza. Do you guys know that there's a case at the level of Supreme Court concerning Asue Udalo? The Federal High Court, about 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken, ruled in the case of PDP, or rather, the excluded delegates versus PDP, ruled that they were wrongly excluded and that the PDP had no candidates in the election. Appeal Court reinstated Asue Udalo, saying that those delegates had no local standing to take part the PDP to court, and therefore the case was struck out, which favored Asue Udalo. That matter has since gone to Supreme Court. And I made some inquiries. Somebody told me. He said, APC people know what they are doing. They control the courts, more or less. They calculated that if the appeal court had thrown out Asue Udalo, those people would have taken it personal against APC. And so APC played a game to say, if Asue Udalo would win the election on the ballot, they will go and use the Supreme Court to remove Asue Udalo. I got this information from a very top person under this political arrangement that we are right now. He said they will go and use the Supreme Court to remove Asue Udalo on this particular case in question of this delegates versus PDP matter. So they allow Asue in there, while they will fight to either win the election or come second in the election. Whichever way, Asue will not be sat there in government house as the governor of Edo State, whether he wins or he doesn't win. And now, the APC have urged themselves to become winner of the election. Asue is now going to court, which means that at the end of the day, there will be two matters, major matters going to court. There's a case of that delegates versus PDP at the level of the Supreme Court, waiting her determination. And this one is going to go to the tribunal. From the tribunal, it will go to the Supreme Court. You understand what I'm saying? And all of this is we round off with, I think, 180 days as the case is. So at the end of the day, the odds against Asue becoming governor of Edo State is very high. It's very high. Now, that said, this is just my own opinion based on observations. And I'm dispassionate. I'm not even saying this because it's no longer a question of whether I like Asue or I like Akpakomiza or I don't like any of them. You know, I didn't support any of this. No. One of these two will definitely become the governor of Edo State. That's from the election we've just had. My candidate matter is no longer in the mix. You understand what I'm saying? Based on everything that happened. You understand? APC candidate Akpakomiza has been pronounced. Okay? Asue and Obaseki, they are going to court. So the odds really is a very strong one. Now, to finalize on this matter, Edo State people, I love Edo State, my state. everything I've done, particularly, you know, my having to become a commentator like this, you know, is for the interest of Edo State, first and foremost. And everything I breathe, you know, even in my own quiet time, I'm thinking about Edo State. How it will be better for all of us? Because I know the force of government, and I know how transformational government policies can be in the lives of the people. And so there is no way we can progress if we don't get governance right. I honestly do think that looking at the scheme, looking at the template, the electionary template already is now set by the APC, it is my honest opinion that we, the ordinary people of Edo State, we need to start coming together very strongly to look after the future of our state. Because there is no way somebody will come through a window like this, become governor, and you expect the person to govern in your own interests. You are dreaming. Here what is straw, or they are holding their straw. As we speak now, each of them, they already started lobbying what they are going to take over. This is the way it works. This is the way it works. That was why I was very emphatic, very vocal to say, man, look, we need to move away from this tradition of corruption. But now we are here. I honestly think that we Edo State people need to start coming together very strongly to start having that conversation on the future of Edo State. It is important. It is important because if we do not do that, 2027 or 2028, by the time the next election comes, they will come and they will go. They will do the same thing. Nobody can do anything. They are not daring. They can afford to say, man, it is one lizard we are bringing. You people don't need to see him. And they will have the elections and the lizard will become governor. And you will have a state where nobody is sat as governor, but you have many heads of people giving out instructions from wherever. You understand what I'm saying now? Because they have done it before. They can do it again. And those two people, I just think I just can't talk some more common sense. Whether it make any sense to you or not, I don't know. But so far, we'll stay on this conversation. The show will come with another update very shortly. Don't go too far away. If you follow YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook, please follow us on TCS Blog and The Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lamte Oreahi. And of course, I want to salute everybody who called in. Thank you. You guys made it quite, conversational, quite engaging. I thank you. And I thank everybody who's been making comments. Let's do it again. I'll hopefully be back again. And don't forget, on Sunday, we're going to be here for the comrades and friends, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Make sure you keep it there with us to provide more insight into all of these that has happened, that is happening, and that will probably happen still. Until then, I want to say bye for now. And may God bless you. May God bless Edo State, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Walking away.